Referees for today's game, Carmen DeJohn Domenico, David St. Hubbins, and Nigel Tufnell, who thinks the scoreboard goes to 11. Randall feeling it, shot goal! If there's a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it. Bob, can you tell me what the score is?
We are not at deuces, and that was just a very nifty shot.
Big league games call for big league switches. We have flexed the MIAA game of the week to Annapolis, Maryland. Boys Latin traveling down to play the Saints. Bob, this is a game that has playoff ramifications all over it. What do you like about BL right now?
That they need to win desperately. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games, not in great fashion. They did beat Calvert Hall last week, but they need this win desperately. They're sitting 4-3 in a conference with only 3 games left, and they got to get to 6 wins, maybe 7 to make the playoffs.
And for St. Mary's, they haven't come out of the blue, but it's been a long time coming.
Well, they've been very good this year. They have a big win over McDonough. They lost to 2 great teams in Loyola and Calvert Hall, but they're sitting at 4-2. BL still has a bye on their schedule, but St. Mary's is playing here on out they're playing next Tuesday, next Friday, next Tuesday, Friday. So they're looking at no rest for the weary.
A little murderer's row for them. Now, BL traveled all the way down. Who are we looking for?
I think we're going to start with number 1 midfielder Brendan Krause. Brendan's been rather up and down this year, and when he's on, he's as good as anybody. But when he's off, he really struggles a little bit, and they need him to really show up big tonight to have a chance. Number 9, Brendan Grimes, sophomore attackman. He's a terrific lacrosse player, but in the last couple big games he's played, his shooting hadn't been up to par. He scored about 6 or 7 goals, but he's taken about 25 shots, and that's not a percentage that's good. And then in the long stick midi, we're seeing 2 great ones today. For boys like number 19, senior Michael Ubriaco. He's as dynamic as anybody that plays that position, and he's a lot of fun to watch.
And the Saints are going to be defending their home field tonight. Who do you like for the Saints?
Well, we'll start in the goal with Alaric Fayok, a senior, very veteran. He's been starting off and on really since he was a freshman. He's headed to Penn State. He's having a great year. Coach Lilly says he's saving it at about a 68% clip. That's unbelievable. St. Mary's long stick midi is number 40, junior, B.J. Burlace, headed to Yale, and he is incredibly disruptive in between the restraining boxes. In this middle of the field, he's really pretty impressive. And on attack, Jack Burnett, a senior, son to one of St. Mary's great alums of all time, Michael Burnett. But Jack is part of an offense that's very balanced, incredibly balanced. They don't have anybody with more than 30 goals, nobody with more than like 15 assists. And he's just being the senior and the leader. He's kind of the guy that helps keep it all in sync.
It is Boys Latin at St. Mary's and the Kelly & Associates MIAA Game of the Week presented by FCA Lacrosse. We'll be back with the face-off right after this.
Kelly & Associates Insurance Group and Kelly Payroll helps employers and employees save time, money, and hassle in navigating the intricacies of insurance, benefits, payroll, and workforce challenges. Kelly & Associates Insurance Group and Kelly Payroll is pleased to support CSE TV and the Game of the Week. Visit kellyway.com to put their people, technology, and services to work for you.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes engages their coaches and athletes to grow their faith through sport. Make sure you investigate the amazing camp at Lebanon Valley College this July. The FCA has camps, clinics, huddles, teams. Learn more about the Fellowship of Christian Athletes by going to fcalax.org. BaltimoreBuckeyesGame.com.
A beautiful night in Annapolis after an awful day in Baltimore. Booker Corrigan and Bob Shriver bringing you the MIAA Game of the Week. Thanks for making us part of your sports viewing day. Bob, we got Boys Latin, long bus ride. Is that an effect on the Lakers?
I don't think so. They were here in plenty of time. It was a lot of traffic because you and I came down from Baltimore. But BL was here, well, an hour, hour and 10 minutes before. So they got to settle in and start thinking about the game. So I don't think the bus ride's going to be significant.
And St. Mary's defending their home turf. It's their alumni celebration, and we will get in to some of the alums, the treasured alums of St. Mary's. But let's be honest, they've had some great years. We had some talk with Jim Moorhead. What did you and Jim Moorhead talk about, Coach?
Just some of the old battles. We used to fight it out down at Weems Whalen Field, which was like the greatest home field advantage in the history of lacrosse. And now they play at this beautiful facility outside Annapolis, a little bit away from their campus, but it's here. They play multiple sports here. They have this beautiful complex to our right where the alums can gather. The kids have a locker room, bathroom facilities. It's really nice.
Out on the Burlace patio as we get a face-off. Number 31, Thomas Kerner, facing off for St. Mary's. Giberson, of course, for the Lake Show, and the Lakers look to put it in motion. Matt Brandow, recently named the Under Armour Senior All-American Game, the highest honor a high school lacrosse player can get, as Ben Smith handles. Boys Latin will be in their road blacks with possession. St. Mary's home whites with blue helmets. And it's a beautiful night. Thank you so much to the Valley Inn for being a part of the Game of the Week. The Valley Inn right up there, Falls Road. Plan your anniversary or graduation party. Any kind of celebration upstairs in the Valley Room. Of course, their patio is second to none. Lakers get everybody a touch. And now it's going to be Cole Erickson, little left hand, rolls back, throwback. Russell across the top. And now it's Grimes. Brandow cutting. Grimes close to the crease on the backside. Comes up lefty, double slide.
Booker Boys Latin's got 4 sophomores on the field right now. And, 3 sophomores, a freshman, and 2 seniors.
A healthy mix for the Lake Show as Brandow tests the waters. Now it's Erickson. Time, room, shot, and it looks like it's going to stay here. Great hustle by Ben Smith to save possession for the Lakers.
And Alex Wicks from St. Mary's fighting out that.
Nice ground ball by Mason Russell right there. And now it's Grimes. Grimes, a little bit of room. Toe drag, inside shot goal. Brendan Grimes. Bob, you highlighted him. Why not have him step up?
Well, nice ground ball over there by Mason Russell that kept this play alive. It looked like St. Mary's had it in their stick. See if we don't. There it is. Great ground ball. Gets it to Grimes. He's just running down his goal line extended. Little stick fake inside, and he dunks the ball. See if we don't have a better angle here, Booker. Watch. He just a little face dodge. We see this a lot, and he gets his big frame and just dunks it by the goalie. Big kids, when they're shooting with their stick way up in the air, Booker, it's kind of like a defenseman sometimes shooting with his big pole.
Kerner against Giberson again at the faceoff dot. St. Mary's comes away with it. Fast break, Saints. Shot. Ricochets. That was Burnett with the shot. And now the Lake Show. 5-on-4 coming down the field. Giberson with possession.
St. Mary's, good job getting their guy out of the box. Faceoff guy got off the field. Big save at the other end by Chris Brandow. You'll notice the sun's setting here, Booker. It's tough on the goalie at this end of the field, right there as we speak. You know, I'm not so sure if Alaric could see that ball.
Goaltender for the Saints, Alaric Fayok, having an unbelievable year. You talked about him in the open, and that could have just been a situation where if you follow the angle of the shadows.
You know, I don't think he saw that. He never picked it up. It's just a little down screen by long stick midi, Michael Ubriaco. Matt gets to that screen and steps back. He's at 10 yards, and he gets a good shot through the 5-hole. This is a start that BL has had before and hasn't
Yes.
capitalized. They scored 2 quick goals a couple weeks ago against Loyola in first 53 seconds, and they ended up getting beat pretty badly. So they're hoping to sustain this momentum.
And speaking of momentum, Ubriaco comes away with possession.
They're
Bounce
under.
pass.
They're under. Oh, he threw it to the wrong guy.
Although he may have thrown it. Grimes has it checked away inside. Feed bobbled. Ubriaco shot.
Big
Save
save.
alert. Fayak with the step in. And now we got interference. And it's going to be St. Mary's possession. First quarter brought to you by your friends at the Valley Inn.
Fayak wasn't going to let him beat him 3 times in a row. That was a great save.
BJ Burlace, number 40, steps it over. BJ Maverick Burlace, the Mav, and now it's number 8, Garrett Nielsen. He settles it along with number 10, Tristan Mickey. Number 20, King Ripley, shares it with Mickey. Here's Mickey going to take a run. Has the right alley. A lot of motion right now by the Saints. Burnett shot just wide.
Good shot, good save. Got that right off his hip. Burnett shot from his hip, and Brandow got it off his hip.
Bohannon brings it in, and now it's number 8, Garrett Nielsen. Up top to Mickey. And it's quickly to Ripley. Ripley looking for some room. 8:14 to go here, first quarter. Saints possession. King Ripley being patient. He's being minded by number 7, Michael O'Neill. Turf monster. And O'Neill comes up with a ground ball. Tough break for Ripley. O'Neill, nice ground ball, nice dodge. And the Lakers look to clear. And they will.
Still got to get it in this box. Touched in.
And they touched it in, Bob. The playoff ramifications of this game are massive. This is a home field if you don't make the first 2 seeds. I mean, these 2 teams are, you want to get in the playoffs.
Got to get in first, Book, before you can worry about all that other stuff.
All that home field. This is a St. Mary's team that is poised to make a playoff run. They have a great goaltender, great offensive players, and a dynamic long stick midi, along with a stout defense. But right now it's Grimes for the Lakers.
They love Grimes up here.
Brandow behind to Smith. Smith inside for Kraus, no handle. And now we got the ball flying. Nice ground ball pick up that time by Tucker Booth. This is Aburn. And they're going to call a ward on Basil Aburn. I thought he was digging his shoulder in, but hey.
And they're
ball goes on the ground. Burlace. Tell you what, he reminds me of his father in many ways. Brandow settles.
Big for BL so far today, Booker, has been 3 or 4 contested ground balls they've come up with, which shows that they're ready to play.
And credit Mason Russell for coming up with the first real challenging ground ball of the game. And sometimes you can get momentum in a ground ball battle.
Well, they scored a goal off one of those battles.
Here is Mason Russell. Smith possesses, now it's back up, and it's going to be Erickson. Just a sophomore, leans his shoulder in a little bit, looks to feed, no dice.
Booker, number 13, Alex Wicks for the Saints.
Brandow shot inside goal. You got to like Matt Brandow's acceleration, Bob.
Well, Matt's another kid on BL that's been struggling a little bit this year. He hadn't had these kind of plays enough this year. This is pure Matt Brandow right here. Smart, heady, pulling his stick, and just not trying to overpower a goalie, bouncing the ball where he can't get to it. Really great play by, obviously, an Under Armour All-American and a wonderful player.
a young man whose lacrosse IQ is off the charts. I had the pleasure of coaching his older brother, Tim Brandow, back in the day.
Saw Tim last week at our game of the week.
Yep. Giberson wins the face-off, an area where you were concerned after the Severn game, BL face-offs.
Well, they've been struggling. Giberson.
Ubriaco, have some, son! Hooper drives the boat, Chief. Michael Ubriaco, 4-0 Lakers.
Saints might need a timeout, Booker. I don't know, but watch this. It's another heady play by Brandow, giving it to the big cannon. We talked about him before the game today, and he's dynamic, and he's capable of doing that. I was talking to his dad, who's a Boys Latin assistant. That's Michael Ubriaco's 28th goal since he's been on the varsity. That's pretty amazing for a long stick defender.
And I like the way Vic Lilly took control back by a late timeout. We'll step away. There's 5:21 remaining first quarter, brought to you by your friends at the Valley Inn. Get there for happy hour or a great dinner or some kind of pre or post-game celebration. The Valley Inn right on Falls Road.
The champions of today inspire the stars of tomorrow over Memorial Day weekend. Just as the stars of college lacrosse will compete for the 2018 NCAA Championship in Foxborough, Massachusetts, youth lacrosse players from across the nation will also be playing for a title at the NCAA Future Champions Tournament. Each team will receive 20 tickets to the NCAA Championships and have the opportunity to be recognized on the field at Gillette Stadium. To learn more, check us out at cselax.com.
A look at St. Mary's. They're down 4-0, Bob. I don't worry for them right now. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. The way they play lacrosse, they're capable of scoring goals in bunches. They have in a lot of their big wins so far this year. You know, they lost to Loyola in overtime. They gave up a tying goal with 2 seconds left and lost in overtime. So, they played Calvert Hall here last Friday night, and it was 10-10 or 9-9 going into the fourth quarter. So they can fill up the scoreboard pretty quickly.
Uncle Mo playing a big role. Speaking of Uncle Mo, how about your man Tony Morgan? Big Mo T, St. Mary alum. I'm sure he's watching somewhere along with Tom Dwyer, Craig Boubier, Brian Wood, Tim Troutner. My man Pat Ulmert texted me, said he wants a shout-out. You get the requests, Bob. I know you do.
Pat Newman, if I'm not mistaken. This is St. Mary's trying another face-off guy, and he's coming up with the ball. Big play for the Saints.
Great.
That's Ryan Jones. That's his first chance at the X.
Nice job by Ryan right there. And now St. Mary's looks to settle. Number 8, Nielsen, number 8 for St. Mary's, doing a fantastic job just possessing. And they need to pace themselves right now.
And St. Mary's is content on leaving Burlace on the field to sort of muck it up in the middle. Maybe just take Boys Latin's face-off guy over to the corner, and successful.
Just like that. King Ripley, the senior. And Bob, we're going to look at the replay, but let's not lose track of how important your senior year is for so many of these kids in the MIAA. You'll remember it forever.
Absolutely.
And here's King Ripley, the senior, making something happen.
Again, Booker, when you're playing 5-on-5, there's not as much, or there's more space for you to dodge in, and therefore it often makes the slides a little bit more difficult. As we said, they were content on taking their long stick midi into the corner and just playing 5-on-5. Ripley got top side, as we like to say, successfully.
Ubriaco with the ground ball.
Watch
off
Wicks,
the
he can run.
win.
13 can run, but so can Ubriaco. It's a good matchup there.
Ubriaco headed to Johns Hopkins. Head coach Dave Petramala seen here in the crowd. Did he switch?
He did. He's going to your old neighborhood.
He's going to Villanova. That's right.
Your old hood.
My most sincere apologies. I didn't mean to head fake anyone, but yes, he is going to Villanova. I had forgotten that.
But the kid that just had the ball is going to Hopkins. Ryan Evans, just a sophomore. His dad's a Hopkins alum. He's one of those last kids that early committed until the NCAA changed the rules.
A great rule change. Here is Ryan Evans, 26 for the Lake Show. Brandow gets it off the pick, and now it's Erickson settles. Quickly to Grimes. Grimes being guarded by Christian LaFranchise. And a moving pick called. And Christian picks it up and gets it quickly to Fyock. Ryan Stanford, number 25 defenseman for St. Mary's, also doing a nice job here tonight.
This kid's something. He's got great legs.
Alex Wicks.
Early in the game, you could just see his legs and his energy. He wants to get the ball out.
When you say legs, are you trying to say legs?
By the way, I'm not so sure you wouldn't classify Ubriaco's goal as being nifty.
Oh! On a Friday night, my daughter Mary is going to be beside herself for losing that. Oh, Bob Shriver winning the race to nifty as we see your man Tristan Mickey, number 10.
Booker, one thing that St. Mary's has that Loyola actually has too. They have a lot of lefties. And lefties just give you problems because you're not used to playing against them, and especially BL. They only have a handful of lefties on the team. Grimes is their primary lefty. So, it really changes up the fences. Bohannon here is their most skilled midfielder. He's a lefty, headed to UMBC, senior. But Burnett's a lefty, number 8.
This is Lehman. Oh, sorry, Burnett, number 41. His dad, Mole Burnett, could fill it up. Played on those great Carolina teams as well as St. Mary's. And a good lacrosse coach to boot. Lakers get it to Ryan Evans. And he did not touch it in, I don't think. I think they gave him credit for it, but who cares?
The ref waved it off.
Yeah.
BL's going to change midfields here a little bit. Evans been on the field for a while.
Tucker Booth settles up. And now it's over Smith behind the cage. Now Grimes. Grimes, right-handed dodge. Wants to roll back to his natural left. Pushes it up top. Booth quickly across the top. Kraus. The double dodge by Kraus. High pass snagged by Brandow. Burlace, a little strip delicious, and here comes Maverick. Oh, that may have drawn a foul there.
Big timeout. Coach Lilly didn't want to lose possession in this game. He's already behind 4-1. Didn't want to lose possession there. Called his last time out of the half.
4-1 your score. This is the Kelly Associates MIAA Game of the Week presented by FCA Lacrosse. Corrigan Sports Enterprises folks are watching up in Wilmington. You see the stars next to St. Mary's and BL. There's your MIA standings. Loyola, McDonough, Calvert Hall, St. Mary's. What do you like, Bob?
Loyola and McDonough have established themselves as the top of the heap right now. Both schools only with one loss. McDonough with a couple of huge wins over Calvert Hall and BL. Loyola with some huge wins over Boys Latin, St. Mary's. They still have to play McDonough and Calvert Hall.
And Tuesday, we will be at McDonough for number 1 against number 1. That's what I like to call it. Loyola at McDonough on Tuesday is our next game on MIAAlacrosse.com. That is a can't miss.
Boys Latin's coming out in the zone.
1 minute left in the quarter.
St. Mary's is very prepared. They look like they knew it was coming and had a plan. Or I should say they have a plan.
Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. King Ripley.
Up, and the plan worked because they threw it away. So that's a big play. Coach Lilly called a timeout, Booker, with a minute left. He burned his last timeout of this half, and Boys Latin's going to get a chance to put one more up on the board right before the end of the first quarter. Maybe not.
High pass to Grimes as LaFranchise closes on him, and now it's behind with Smith.
They need a sense of urgency here. They only have 20 seconds booked.
Tucker Booth gets it behind, and now it's in the very capable hands of Matt Brandow. Comes around alone, left-handed. What a save by
Unbelievably big save. Matt probably guilty. He could have taken one more step. They picked behind the goal, and St. Mary's didn't handle it well. Book, if we run this real quick, the last play of this half, Matt's free and clear. He's got to take one more step and just throw the ball around the goalie.
Great save by Fyock. This is the Kelly Associates MIAA Game of the Week presented by FCA Lacrosse.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes engages their coaches and athletes to grow their faith through sport. Make sure you investigate the amazing camp at Lebanon Valley College this July. The FCA has camps, clinics, huddles, teams. Learn more about the Fellowship of Christian Athletes by going to fcalax.com.
At Toyota, we know the journey is as important as the destination. That's why no detail was overlooked. RAV4 is perfect for your adventures, with plenty of cargo space and available all-wheel drive. And with all these active safety features standard, we're always along for the ride. Now lease a versatile RAV for only $189 a month, or buy with $1,500 cash back, or 0% APR plus $500 finance cash. RAV4, your destination, our journey. What drives you? Toyota. Let's go places.
The new and improved Valley Inn is the place to be. Be sure to stop in for lunch, dinner, or happy hour. Right on Falls Road, the Valley Inn also shows the MIAA Game League broadcast in their bar. Come check it out. Rent out the Valley Room upstairs or their fabulous patio. Make sure you get to the Valley Inn for your anniversary, graduation, or a rehearsal dinner celebration. Giberson, quick win on the faceoff. Grimes, shot deflected.
Great play by Christian LaFranchise.
LaFranchise.
Great play. Got his stick up in the air, knocked that down. It's two fast breaks BL's had off the face-off. They failed to convert. Solid defense by the Saints.
Kelly and Associates, go to kellyway.com to learn more. They're pleased to support CSE TV and the MIAA Game of the Week. Grimes backdoor cut.
They're making it difficult for Grimes to be part of the exchange. They're getting out and playing him pretty hard.
Grimes rolls back. He's right-handed out. Shot goal. Brendan Grimes. Welcome to the party, son.
Booker, this is an unsavable shot, and it's really an undefensible offense in a way. Watch this. Great ball movement. They threw it back. Grimes, look, he's just running down the hash marks, and he's so big. He's leaning in. Christian's doing a great job defensively here, but he's just getting basically overpowered. Look at where this ball goes. Hip high, far post.
Yep.
You can't save it.
Brendan Grimes, just a sophomore, making his presence felt here today. 5-1 Lakers. And like you said, the Saints are out of timeouts. Second quarter brought to you by the Mason-Dixon Shootout. Go to cselax.com to learn more about that great November tournament, the Mason-Dixon Shootout. Giberson pops it up, but Wicks, and he gets tripped. We're going to have our first man up, brought to you by Towson Hot Bagels. And Ubriaco still trying to make something happen. Shot just wide and heads up. Bob, you're parked over there.
I'm not parked over there, but I can tell you what, that almost went into the church.
That ball had a vapor trail behind it. Our first man up of the day, man up, is brought to you by Towson Hot Bagels. Download their app, MyTHB. Make sure you check out their deli, their breakfast, their catering. MyTHB app is available.
Booker, look at this. They've got 4 lefties on this extra man. Just look at how the kids are holding their sticks.
Mikey.
So we're thinking that they're going to try to get something over on that side of the field to one of these guys that's got a big cannon.
This is Burnett to Mickey. Mickey down the wing, and now it's behind the cage. Bohannon up top, ball high in the air, and it's going to get checked away. And the Lakers doing what they need to do on the man down.
Big play by Reagan McNamara, getting his stick on it and then fending off that guy so number 33, Brendan McClure, could pick up that ground ball.
Nice clearing pass right there by Chris Brandow to his brother Matt, who came over the line.
Booker, I don't see a shot clock. I apologize, so I'm not sure how much time's left on this penalty. BL should be content on waiting for its finish. They're even.
And the Lakers are just short one defenseman on the field now. They're still subbing guys in and out. But again, Bob, it's great to be down here at St. Mary's. Such an amazing historical program. And we talked about the great coaches, some of the great alums. We'll talk about some great memories from Weems Whalen. We're not filming from Weems Whalen today.
That's a good thing. I don't know where we'd be. Where would we set up the cameras?
Every MIAA alum knows of Weems Whalen Field. And this is the Shangri-La compared to it.
And Booker, they've changed this matchup a little bit. They switched Burles down to Grimes. Now, I don't know whether that was a product of, the extra man, but they took 12 off. Another big save. He's made a couple ridiculous saves, Booker. Fyock has. He got that one down low. It looked like BO was in again. Terrific.
Alaric Fyock, goaltender for St. Mary's, making his presence felt.
This is an instant clear, it looks like, when 13 gets the ball.
Yeah, Alex Wicks. Wheels for days.
Just step down.
King Ripley in on midfield right now with Bohannon.
Burnett's going to let it rip. Big save.
Great save by Chris Brandow. And now it's Reagan McNamara strolling it over the midfield line. Trailer in the form of Erickson. Inside feed for McNamara. I think they're going to opt against jamming one inside to Reagan. Reagan does a lot of things well. He hadn't scored as many goals as Michael Lubriaco.
Boys Latin gets the change and get out a fresh midfield, Booker. Big save by Brandow at one end. We've got 2 of the better goalies. We've seen some great goalie play this year. Evan Long and McDonough, Liam Darragh, Calvert Hall, Alaric Fyock here at St. Mary's, Chris Brandow for BL. There's some quality netminders in this league.
And I'll tell you what, that's a position save right there by Fyock. I don't know whether he got a piece of it or not. Great offense. Kraus with the shot inside, but Fyock forced them to shoot wide.
Yeah, he's really grown, Booker. I saw him get out of his car in the parking lot here before the game, and I couldn't believe how big he's gotten. He's filling up a lot of the cage, and like you said, it's a positional save. Yep. Absolutely.
Here's Kraus. Down low. Oh, what a snipe by Brendan Grimes. He's ready to take on the Catalina wine mixer.
Booker, before the game, we highlighted Grimes. He's been having trouble shooting. Well, so far today.
Was he listening?
I don't know, but so far today he's on his game. This is 2 times, Booker. Look, little pick, and we saw Matt Brandow on the other end of the field just step away from the pick. Here's Grimes just stepping away, getting his hands free. That's a pretty nifty shot.
Yes,
I hate to use it again, but that was impressive.
You can. Phenomenal shot by B. Grimes. And that's going to be a push against St. Mary's. It's going to be Boys Latin possession. I think the referee clearly pointed the wrong way there for a second, but the kids know. That's the best part, is the kids know whose ball it is. They saw the push.
Boys Latin's running a third midfield tonight. That's going to keep some guys fresh, which isn't a bad idea.
Now behind the Lake Show, dominating so far.
Booker, there's another freshman. We got 2 freshmen back there. That's freshman Garrett Glatz. He's just part of an invert set.
And Grimes making it happen. Brendan Grimes show.
Well, so far, Grimes is winning his matchups big time. This is a carbon copy of his first goal, Booker. He gets inside. He gets his little face dodge. Really good ball movement by BL. From the strong side to the weak side, he just gets inside. Beautiful face dodge. Burley sloughs to the middle to help out, and then he's got to run at Grimes. Grimes got a little head of steam.
Yep.
His 4th goal, I believe, of this game. Is that not correct?
You take a bad approach angle on Brendan Grimes, and you're going to pay more often than not. (7-1) Lakers. Lakers showed up a little bit angry. Alex Wicks with the ground ball pickup, and Wicks looks to make something happen. He's got an open man shot, rings iron, and a fortuitous bounce for the Saints. They need one now. Ian Krempf, number 28, junior for the Saints.
It's a neat matchup. Krempf against Blake Gable, Boys Latin's best man-on-man defender. Krempf, a crafty junior, been doing it for 3 years, really. Gable's just a sophomore, started last year as a freshman.
Save Brandow on the Mickey offering.
Bad angle, and Brandow had it covered. Limited chance for success on that one, Booker, especially if your goaltender's going to be in position.
Brandow now throws it down the middle of the field, gets it to Erickson, who steps it in.
I was thinking Coach Farrell might call a timeout, and he did. I didn't get to it in time.
Anybody can say that after the fact. And Bob Shriver with the big call after the timeout. He says, I think he was calling a timeout. 7-1 your score here in the Kelly Associates Game of the Week presented by FCA Lacrosse. The action is getting wild and the weather is getting awesome. Check down low, shot, goal, 2 seconds left. These are the games that you'll be talking about for years to come. Log on to MIAALacrosse.com and make a single game purchase of $10 or buy the whole package. Rivalry Day plus a quarterfinal plus both semifinals plus the championship, all for just $45. This is championship level lacrosse in Baltimore, and you're going to need to see it all. MIAALacrosse.com. There's your NCAA lacrosse rankings brought to you by the crew of Corrigan Sports Enterprises up in Wilmington. The Delaware Running Festival taking place this weekend. Bob, we got Maryland at number 1. You still think of that? You still believe in that?
I do, actually. Although
what about Yale?
Right now, Yale could make strong cases for either one of those to be number 1. Duke's playing right now in the ACC semifinals against Notre Dame, and behind at the moment 7-6.
I take a lot of heat in my press box online rankings. I do it for the email. Look at Johns Hopkins and Loyola at 7 and 8. Loyola played Johns Hopkins and really beat them up pretty well. Now, Johns Hopkins has used that as a tremendous learning experience, but people give me all the time, how do you rank them below them if they beat them head-to-head?
I guess
because of other things.
Sure. Well,
it's a
what
season,
have you done
not
for
what
me lately, and what have you done lately, and who have you beat? Who's the other team beat?
Yeah.
You know? So, Yale, you might say, is the hottest team. I might make an argument that Cornell's the hottest team in the country.
Yeah.
They ring up 20 goals against everybody, and Jeff Teat, fellas, folks, fans of lacrosse, if you've never seen Jeff Teat play lacrosse, do yourself a favor and watch him. He's unbelievable. St. Mary's looks like
they had a little miss switch right there, but Burley's tremendous defender, BJ Maverick Burley's.
This is the freshman again. He's fearless, I will say that about him, but he hadn't played much this year, especially in these big MIAA games.
It's a scary place to be, the MIAA, for a lacrosse person. BL Lakers looking to make something out of Alaric Fyack with the bounding ball save.
They had a guy open inside, and Garrett didn't throw him a very good pass. Handcuffed him. Alaric there to pick up the change. This is a clear.
Yep. Alex,
Oh!
whoa. And now
They
a push.
drew a penalty.
That's definitely a foul with 4:20 exactly remaining here in the half.
They show this again. They might have caught Wicks before the foul with putting this thing on his chest. Let's see.
See if we can get to that. The second
He's
quarter
a tough
brought
matchup.
to you. Second quarter brought to you by the Mason-Dixon Lacrosse Shootout. Go to cselax.com. It's in November. It's a fantastic event. And I want to remind you, Kelly & Associates, Kelly Insurance Group and Kelly Payroll helps employers and employees save time, money, and hassle in navigating the intricacies of insurance benefits, payroll, and workforce challenges. Go to kellyway.com.
Here they go on this left-handed rotation. These four guys are just going to rotate. And then they'll roll Bohannon. That's Nielsen behind the goal.
Here's Cramp up top. Mickey, time room.
They got a good look there. Quality extra man. Good motion from the individuals and the ball.
Burnett. Oh, tight toe drag. Great save. Brandow.
That was a beautiful move by Burnett, and Brandow up to the task. Wow. This is St. Mary's likes this matchup. They like what's going on here. Burlace is he's a nightmare. Successful. 30 seconds, a long time, Booker.
Yes,
to get
it is.
Back into that box.
BL possession now, Erickson.
Referees will give them time to get all their subbing in, Booker, and then they'll look for him to create some offense.
This is Mason Russell. Push down the alley. Now it's on the wing, Brandow. Up top, and now it's Evans. Just a sophomore, Ryan Evans, digging in. Behind to Smith. Balanced up to Brandow. 2:25 remaining now in the half.
BL needs to create some offense, or else the refs are going to stick him here. Good save again. Here's Wicks.
And Wicks is going to draw.
This is going to be a 1 or 2 minute non-releasable. It's a cross check up. It was his stick that hit him in the head, I think. I don't think it was a defender's stick. I think it was actually Wicks' stick. Let's see. Oh, no, that's up in the head. That ought to be a 2 minute penalty. I don't think there's any question. This could change the whole tide of the game, I think. Let's see.
Referees for today's game. Matt Florio.
He gave him 2 minutes non-releasable. 2 minutes non-releasable.
I'll get to that, Bob. Can I say the refs, please?
Who were they?
The referees are Matt Florio,
oh, my Lord.
Derek Wilson, and Mike Valente.
They're hockey guys, aren't they? They'll take this extra man, Booker, right into halftime.
And the official timer is my main man, Chuck Tunga. Saints now with 2 minutes remaining in the first half, desperately needing to make something happen. As the Lakers got off the bus, a little upset about how they'd been treated lately. Inside feed by Mickey.
Great play.
Great finish on the inside by Nielsen. Nielsen making it look easy, but credit Mickey with the feed.
Booker, they've done the same thing on extra man. They eventually have two guys behind with Krampf and Nielsen. Nielsen comes sneaking from behind the goal. Nobody sees him. Watch this little sneak. He just sneaks right underneath this guy. Very, very impressive. Really a nice play by the Saints. BL is down a man still. Booker, we have a 2-on-3 face-off here. 2 BL guys against 3 Saints.
And on the good news front, Alex Wicks is back on the field for the Saints. So you don't want to see somebody out.
Nope. removed. That's their second violation. This could be very big for BL. There's a push.
Be interesting to see it. And a flag flies.
Now it's going to be even for the next 30 seconds, Booker.
5 on 5.
5 on 5, and then St. Mary's will get their penalty back. They have until 13 seconds left in the half. There's 1:41 on the clock, so it's even till 1:11 on the clock, and then the Saints will be extra for the next, 58 seconds.
And right when the Saints were building some momentum right there, some of their old alums, I mentioned them before, Alex Woodall, Tim Troutner, guys who led him to a championship, Tommy Miller. This is a historic program. I already mentioned Tom Dwyer, Big Mo, Craig Boubier,
Brian Wood,
Bubba
Burlace.
Bubba. I coached with Bubba. I told BJ, I flew with your old man. It's the worst firefight I'd ever been in. Worst dogfight ever. Bogeys everywhere.
Sorry, Book, but BL still has a timeout. They'll just be content. You can't put a warning clock on when there's a man advantage or there's people in the penalty box. You just can't. So they're not in any fear of having a timer put on.
Well, they also have Matt Brandow, recently named to the Under Armour senior game. We got to talk about who's going to be the Under Armour underclass player of the game. Those underclass tryouts. Rep your region. Make sure you check out the Under Armour Lacrosse.com.
Coach Farrell's waiting to call his timeout, seeing how this transpires here.
Smith drives in.
Wow.
Larry excuse me, that was Brandow.
That was Brandow. That was a good shot again.
Yeah.
He stuffed Brandow on the doorstep twice today already, Fyock has.
They got BJ Burlace.
BL's still down a man. And unfortunately for the Saints, they do not have a timeout where they might be able to set something up here.
Here's Cramp.
And they've got Burlace stuck on the field, even though he's open on the crease. See, this is where Coach would love to have that timeout back.
Yep. Still have some time. Burnett. Behind the back feed shot, rings iron in the final seconds. That's nice little lacrosse right there, Bob. Shot saved, Brandow at the last second. I'll tell you, BL's up 7-2. Credit Chris Brandow with some balling.
That was some great saves, but the BL guy never came out of the penalty box. That may have been a 3-minute non-releasable. Look at this save. Chicken wing. Actually, it looks like it hit him in the chest. That was huge.
Reminds me of the late Paul Schmoller. He used to make saves like that. Great Cornell goaltender. This is the MIAA Game of the Week. It's Kelly & Associates, presented by FCA Lacrosse. Huge thank you to my friends at the Valley Inn, doing everything they can to support the parents and players. Stop by the Valley Inn anytime you're on Falls Road. Halftime brought to you by Training Lace. Go to traininglace.com and check it out. We'll be back.
Kelly & Associates Insurance Group and Kelly Payroll helps employers and employees save time, money, and hassle in navigating the intricacies of insurance, benefits, payroll, and workforce challenges. Kelly & Associates Insurance Group and Kelly Payroll is pleased to support CSE TV and the Game of the Week. Visit kellyway.com to put their people, technology, and services to work for you.
How's it? Booker Corrigan here with your halftime report brought to you by Training Lace. Go to traininglace.com and check out the device that you can wrap right around the head of your stick, your shaft of your stick, or even your wrists and ankles. Training Lace has broken through the ability to create a great way to strengthen all the time, every time. You didn't come this far to only come this far. Let's talk about some of the college action coming up. Hopkins hosting Maryland. Last year's game, Maryland brought a certain physicality to the contest that Hopkins was unable to match. I have a strong feeling that at 2 p.m. on Saturday, Johns Hopkins is going to be ready for whatever Maryland can bring them. Now, that brings us some of the principles for the game. For Maryland, Curtis Corley and Bryce Young on defense in front of goaltender Dan Morris. Dan Morris is a stud goalie from Texas. The game is spreading, my friends. Offensively, let's never ignore the impact of transfer Logan Wisnauskas, former BL Laker, now Maryland Terrapin, done good. Offensively, they also have Jared Bernhardt from Florida, brother of Jake and Jesse Bernhardt, and of course Connor Kelly. He can stir things up, he can mix things up, he can score goals, he gets assists, he can make you miss, he can make your pupils dilate if you don't watch him too closely. For Johns Hopkins, Joel Tinney, there's so many facets of his game that I am just simply wowed by. He plays wings on faceoffs, he plays as good midfield defense as anyone, and that's at the expense of him being an unbelievable offensive player. Assists, assists, assists. Joel Tinney has eyes and an ability to feed that I haven't seen from the midfield in a long, long time. Now, Kyle Marr, the beneficiary of that, of course. Cole Williams. I've been blown away with his transformation. He came out of Loyola Blakefield. I thought he was more of a finisher. He's proven to be quite a nice little carrier and quite an effective dodger for assistant coach Bobby Benson, the offensive coordinator at Johns Hopkins. We got another big game. ACC tonight, 8:30. Syracuse at Virginia. Syracuse coming off a literal last-second loss at home against Navy. That doesn't happen very often. I think Millard Fillmore was present at the last time Navy won in Syracuse. A leader like Nate Solomon is not going to let that sting for very long. They're going to head down to Charlottesville and take on the University of Virginia Cavaliers, who are back in the ACC tournament. It seems hard to say that, but congratulations to Coach Lars Tiffany for righting the ship, so to speak. We'll see if they can do it. Doc Sakin, big-time dodger, big-time goal scorer, and he also can make plays in between the restraining lines that a lot of college players can't. Michael Kraus, a scorer, a distributor at times, but he really is a guy who can finish plays. That's going to be an impressive matchup, and it'll be crucial for Virginia to find a way to win that game if they want to ensure they'll be in the NCAA tournament. Next, the Under Armour All-American Senior selections are coming down the pipe. We've already released Waves 1 and 2. Inside Lacrosse does such a fantastic job of picking and making those selections that are extremely hard. They find a way to get it done every year. They pick the right kids at the right time. I know Nicky Solomon's already been introduced. I talked about his older brother at Syracuse. Nicky, I believe, going to North Carolina. And of course, Nicky Solomon, I bring him up because there's a rumor that he has broken Mikey Powell's all-time high school points record. You don't use that term loosely. Mikey Powell is the most highly decorated, most talented, and most game-breaking college player that ever played. If you want to argue it, he won the Turnbull Award, Attackman of the Year, 4 times. As a freshman, not only did he get on the field at Syracuse, not only did he start for Syracuse, not only did he make All-American, he was a first-team All-American and Attackman of the Year as a freshman. Who else? Then he did it 3 more times. For Training Lace, I'm Booker Corrigan. The action is getting wild and the weather is getting awesome. Check down low, shot, goal, 2 seconds left. These are the games that you'll be talking about for years to come. Log on to MIAAlacrosse.com and make a single game purchase of $10 or buy the whole package. Rivalry Day, plus a quarterfinal, plus both semifinals, plus the championship, all for just $45. This is championship level lacrosse in Baltimore, and you're going to need to see it all. MIAAlacrosse.com.
At Toyota, we know the journey is as important as the destination. That's why no detail was overlooked. RAV4 is perfect for your adventures, with plenty of cargo space and available all-wheel drive. And with all these active safety features standard, we're always along for the ride. Now lease a versatile RAV for only $189 a month, or buy with $1,500 cash back, or 0% APR plus $500 finance cash. RAV4, your destination, our journey. What drives you? Toyota. Let's go places.
The MIAA is the most competitive lacrosse conference in the country. The 2018 MIAA Lacrosse Semifinals and Championships will be held May 15th and 18th at Towson University's Johnny Unitas Stadium. For a glimpse into the future of the collegiate game, the MIAA, where the stars of tomorrow play for a championship today.
Just like the rug ties the room together, halftime highlights tie the game together. Booker, Corrigan, Bob Shriver giving you the remaining schedule before we get into those highlights, Bob. I like our remaining schedule. Loyola at McDonough. That is a huge one.
Number one right now.
Number one against number one, as I said.
Well, unless Loyola should lose tomorrow on Blake Field or Blake. What do they call it? Blake Fest, excuse me. I believe they're playing Mount St. Joe tomorrow. If they should lose that, then no. But it looks, if form holds, it looks like the two number one teams will be playing.
Bob, let's get to the highlights. I have a feeling Brendan Grimes let your fingers do the rock and keep the G coming all day long.
He did this twice. Yeah, that's his first one. This is a great play by Matt Brown. Now just using a little pick. Steps away from the pick and throws it down between Fayok's legs. This is Brandow just dodging through the whole team. I'm sure Coach Lilly talked about that. And this is just an incredible shot by Ubriaco from about 18 yards. St. Mary's gets on the board. Number 20, King Ripley with a nice dodge, playing 5-on-4 there. Watch this play here. He leans in, sticks this thing right off his hip. Kind of an unsavable.
There's Ben Smith, little rollback.
This is a save by Fayok there.
Fayok making 6 saves.
And so is Chris Brandow at the other end. This is another Grimes. Look at this shot. Another pick, step back with a good play. And this is Grimes for his, I guess it's his 5th goal. Is that how many we've seen? 4 or 5? And there's a great play by St. Mary's on that 2-minute non-releasable extra man right at the end of the half. It gave him a little juice going into halftime.
St. Mary's coming out of their huddle. Number 40, B.J. Burlace. You see him getting ready to go. Alaric Fayok, number 18, there in the middle of your screen.
Booker, one problem for the Saints is they've been forced because Grimes is having his way down at the other end. They've taken one of their most dynamic players, Burlace, who's tremendous in the middle of the field, and they've put him down on close defense. So while number 3, Will Tominovich, is fine, except he's not B.J. Burlace in the middle of the field, so they've lost something there.
An entire half of lacrosse remaining. Third quarter brought to you by the Columbia Bank. Banking made easy. Columbia Bank is proud to be the official bank of MIAA Lacrosse. If you're looking to open a checking account, get into Columbia Bank and tell them you heard about it on the Game of the Week. And they'll give you the same great treatment they give everybody else. Oh, Wicks D-twagged. Ubriaco has Giberson to his right. What's he thinking? Oh, yes. Ubriaco. Slim with the tilted brim. What's my name?
50-50 ground ball that Wicks comes up with it. Give BL a little credit here on this face-off. They put the ball on the ground. Wicks can't chase because he lost his stick. And Ubriaco, same spot. I think he pulled that. I'm not so sure that's where he was shooting. He got checked right at the last minute. Might have helped pull that ball to Fayok's right side into the back of the net. Ubriaco for his second tally today.
Giberson back out to face off against Kerner. Kerner goes digging in for it. Can't get it. And just like that, Tominovic comes up with it, pushes it back. Burlace. Oh, sky whammy by Maverick.
Beal missed that scoop on that face-off. Nice ground ball by Tominovic.
And now the Saints looking to clear. As they do, they touch it in. This is the Kelly & Associates MIAA Game of the Week presented by FCA Lacrosse. Booker Corrigan and the Bob Shriver bringing it to you from St. Mary's. Saints in their home whites with possession. Going against the Boys Latin Lakers in their road, dark on dark. And Mickey takes it behind, takes it goal line extended. Pushes it behind now. A lot of off-ball action, well defended by the Lakers. Now it's back out with Mickey. Mickey right-hand dodge, throwback to Burnett. Bohannon pushes it behind. And this is Nielsen, has a goal today. Step back, Bobby Jack.
We've seen those step backs be effective today. Brandow banged one, Grimes has banged one. That was a nice move by Nielsen. Got to a good spot, stepped back, freed his hands up, shot that thing over the goal.
20, King Ripley over to Mickey. Like I said on Lax Power, a whole new roster of names for us to butcher. Here's Burnett. And great shutdown defense that time when Nielsen, number 8 for St. Mary's, leaned in. The Lakers mounted that team defense. Burnett rolls back. He's up top now. This is Nielsen leaning in on Kevin Davis. Shot save, Brandow. Tries for the nifty little pass.
And his brother makes a nice play, but he didn't pick it up. Look at the hustle here by King Ripley. He's just sprinted 80 yards.
And now we got a whistle on the far side. We get a timeout.
He called a whistle. He called a push against Boys Latin on that ground ball, Booker. Give Ripley an incredibly large amount of credit. That kid's been on the field playing offense, and he just sprinted about 85 yards all the way to the other end of the field. Impressive display of hustle.
Bob, you're looking at me as if I couldn't have done that myself.
Well, you'd have made it to the 50 and then passed out, I think.
Do they have an AED here on site? This is the question.
Well, they do have a trainer.
They're holding 50,000 volts, little man. Don't be afraid to ride the lightning.
And he stays on the field, Ripley.
King Ripley.
I know I'd have needed a break.
The old NFL guy.
Coming off now.
The old NFL guys with the oxygen. So I needed that when I climbed this ladder. Little shout out to all the men and women of our services. The armed forces who have the courage to do things that I do not. Thank you so much to the men and women of our armed forces.
Booker, they're running a little pick here, action behind the goal. That's Scott Ripley. This is King's brother.
And I believe it's Scout.
Scout, excuse me.
I mean, you don't name one kid King and another kid Scott. Scott's like the worst name ever. Inside shot. What a save by Brandow. Kicked aside. Chris Brandow playing admirably today here on the road. And it seems like the bus ride didn't bother him at all, Bob.
He's got somebody open. Successful. Attackman didn't go over the line on that clear.
Michael O'Neill for the Lakers making the catch. And here's Brendan Krause. Under Armour underclass player of the game so far. Maybe Brendan Grimes?
Oh, I would say so. Although, listen, let's not forget how many quality saves Chris Brandow has. I'll bet he's pushing double digits.
And I'll be doing the interviews myself, and you know how I like to have two.
Well, I know that. You usually like
fun.
A whole team around you.
No problem with that at all. The more the merrier. Good fun show. Here's Kraus. Booth pushes it behind. Great play by him. Shot save. Fyock, and then goes whirly-bird. Did he just whirl his dervish right there?
Yes, he did.
He threw the ball away, but he did make a kind of creative little backspin to make the save. Grimes comes out to catch it. And
calls a ward. It's a couple tough calls in a row against BL. They called a clean hit down there on Smith. He got tattooed pretty good on that shot, but a great save by Fyock.
And the Saints just not doing a great job catching and throwing right now. And the clock is still running now because no one else has possessed it as Alex Wicks comes up with it. I see a ref pumping his arm, and this could be a loss of possession. Get it in, son. And he did, just barely. Here's Krampf. Ian Krampf leaning in lefty. Rolls back, pushes it behind. Krampf yet to really test the waters so far. Here's Mickey. Number 10 gets it over to King Ripley. Oh! Great Abe Lincoln's mullet! Goodness! Are you feeling it, Evil? Tristan Mickey.
Right down the hash marks, Booker. He gets inside. He's right about the hash marks. Good spot. He'd like to be a little closer, but look at the placement here. Hands free. That ball's going to the far post.
Yep.
Brandau's mad at himself. He can't make them all. It's a great shot by Mickey.
Tristan Mickey with a rip makes it 8-3 and gives the Saints that little morsel of momentum that they really needed. Saints come out with number 25, Ryan Stanford, the senior, up on the wing. But that's not going to pay off for him as the Lakers continue to win faceoffs. Peyton Giberson doing admirable work.
Here's Ubriaco coming out to pick for Grimes.
Ubriaco playing attack now with his long stick.
He'll stay on the field. Maybe look to set a pick.
Michael Ubriaco's father, Gene, played D1 ball at Loyola College, and he will be Loyola Lakefield's head coach next year. Congratulations to Coach Ubriaco, who's one of the most pleasant people you can be alongside. The BL coaching staff's a fine bunch of young men. You raised them well, Bob. You raised them well.
Here's Glatz again coming in on this, they call these big little inverts. Big guy's covering Brandau, little guy is covering Glatz, and they're just trying to create a little bit of a mismatch back there. Maybe catch him on a bad switch.
Lakers doing a nice job off-ball movement.
Quality defense by Wicks right there.
Yep. Quality team defense. And I'll tell you, Coach Victor Lilly's done an admirable job with the Saints this year. And there is your team defense. There's Wicks. Goes backside to Fyock. Always a little treacherous when you throw that ball back there, Bob. LaFrances back to Fyock. There's your long clearing pass. Saints have 5 or 6 guys back on sides. Shot saved. Brandau rebound high in the air, gathered momentarily by Krampf, and now it's going to be a man ball. We got a hot, sloppy mess. Kevin Davis, my man KD, coming up with it. He gets it checked away, and now it's Mickey. Saints have a little transition. Nobody behind the goal. And that's going to be Boys Latin ball.
That's a play by number 15, Blake Gonzalez. who's another guy that hasn't played much this year.
Third quarter brought to you by Columbia Bank. Banking made easy. Columbia Bank is proud to be the official bank of MIAA Lacrosse, the ColumbiaBank.com. Bank easier, online, all the time. Member FDIC. And, of course, Kelly and Associates and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, FCA Lacrosse. They engage their coaches and athletes to grow their faith through sport, making sure you investigate their amazing camps, huddles, and clinics. FCALax.com. And the Lakers haven't gotten it in yet.
Yes, they had. They touched it in the ref.
He's still waving his arm.
This ref over there did put his arm up in the air. Sorry, Booker, you couldn't see him on the far side.
At my age, the eyes are the first thing to go. This ref here on the near side was waving his arm. Maybe he was just counting out steps. He doesn't have a pedometer, so he just uses his arm to count all his steps.
I've been really impressed with Wicks, number 13 for the Saints. He's a tough kid.
I like
He's been
the fact
on the field a lot.
I like the fact that I made you laugh. Yeah, Wicks is a guy you could build a team around. As Russell steps in, shot fake. You can tell he wants it. Does he have it? You got it. Because I stepped through the smog and I creeped through the fog. And I'm Snoop Doggy, Doggy, Doggy Dog.
BL sidelines erupted. Mason's a really good kid. This is a neat play. He gets through the entire team and gets it.
You could tell he
great face
just
dodge, and he just threw that down below the goalie. St. Mary's, that's the second time they've let BL kind of meander through the middle of the defense. I'm sure Coach Lilly would rather see Russell getting off his backside.
Every time the Saints have grabbed a shadow of momentum, the Lakers have stifled it quickly, extinguished any spark the Saints can create. Oh, lumber by Ubriaco. He comes up with a loose ball, and that's going to draw the foul. Man-up's brought to you by Towson Hot Bagel. Breakfast, deli, and catering, lunch. Download our new app, MyTHB, today. And, of course, what drives you? Shop Toyota for legendary safety and reliability. Toyota, let's go places.
Booker, again, I'll go back to, if you're a fan of lacrosse, watch Jeff Teat. If you're a fan of lacrosse, watch some of these mad scrambles for loose balls. You know, when they got 3 or 4 guys selling out to get a ground ball, it's a lot of fun to watch. BL's first extra man. They're starting in a 2-3-1 from the top, Booker. They're going to roll into like a 1-4. Maybe try to get a guy like Grimes with his hands free.
Here's Krause. Krause over to Smith. Smith back to Krause. Looking to get it to Grimes.
This is the extra man. He's got to force aside and try to draw somebody on the corner. They need to get the ball behind the goal to Brandow.
And when you say he's the extra man, you're talking about the guy behind the case. Shot, goal, Brandow. Hold your nose, because here goes the cold water. Lakers rolling heavy like Danson and Highsmith.
Saints a little late getting to this guy. He doesn't have a great angle, but watch, he jumps up in the air, Booker, which helps improve his angle. Watch. He gets up in the air, and now he's shooting down a little bit. Fiok's watching his stick, so he's up. That ball went down right around a little bit below his shoulder. It's a good play by, a quality lacrosse player in Brandow.
Brandow turns the corner and just says, dude, this aggression will not stand, man. A lot of things noodled around in the old Duder's head. Wicks. I tell you what, Bob, you are exactly right. Alex Wicks can play on my team any day.
He could play on any team I was watching or coaching or rooting for, I can tell you that. He's just a sophomore. Coach Lilly's in good shape with that kid running around.
Nice clear by the Saints as Mickey touches it in.
Booker, this is the most guys Boys Latins played all year. They've been running a lot of different combinations out there. We see Carrington Scott, number 11, a senior defensive midi. A senior long pole.
Shot that time by Bohannon just wide. 34 seconds remaining, third quarter, brought to you by Columbia Bank. My guys at the Columbia Bank love going to the Valley Inn to watch games. You can watch them at the Valley Inn anytime you want. Go to the Valley Inn. Happy hour or pre or post game. Inside feed. Shot save, Brandow. No soup for you. Not up in here, Fat Jesus. And now we're going to get a penalty against St. Mary's. Could be full-time serve. Regardless, it's going to be at the end of the quarter. So, Bob, as a coach, you're winning a lot of the face-offs. Do you risk it and try to make something happen here and maybe
I think you hold the ball. You got a great lead.
It's momentum.
You got a great lead. Why give them any hope in a way? Start this fourth quarter, extra man. I don't think BL's going to do anything with this ball. I believe Brandow gets a piece of this. Let's see if he does. No, we couldn't back it up far enough. Maybe when we get a chance, when we come back after this break.
And here comes the pressure by Burlace.
He's trying to get the ball on the ground,
and he did. And it's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be St. Whoa, BL ball. I guess he tried to scoop it. Couldn't tell from my angle, but what a play by B.J. Burlace. We talked about Alex Wicks. Now Burlace is going to do it. Trying to make it happen. 10-3 your score. St. Mary's backs to the wall. We got more coming right after the break.
Thunder Bay Apparel is the hottest lacrosse-exclusive clothing line in the game. Thunder Bay's T-shirts and hats flash a little lacrosse lifestyle into your wardrobe. Thunder Bay's pigment-dyed, ring-spun cotton T-shirts immediately feel like you've owned them for years because nobody wants to wear that other polyester fabric every day. Make sure you check out the new styles and designs. All you got to do is click on ThunderBayApparel.com.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes engages their coaches and athletes to grow their faith through sport. Make sure you investigate the amazing camp at Lebanon Valley College this July. The FCA has camps, clinics, huddles, teams. Learn more about the Fellowship of Christian Athletes by going to fcalax.com.
The Lakers up healthy. But I got to tell you, I see the Saints, they grab this momentum, Bob. How do you do it if you're Coach Vic Lilly, who's done such a nice job with St. Mary's the last couple of years? How do you grab some momentum or a positive out of this?
Well, you need a big save or a turnover of some sort on this extra man that's still got about 43 seconds left, Booker. And then you just got to chip away. There's no such thing as a 7-goal shot or a 3-goal shot, or we're not playing the big line that they play in the MLL for 2 goals. So you really just got to grind it out. But probably it's going to be very hard for St. Mary's, to come back because of the face-off disparity, Booker.
Fourth quarter brought to you by Durham Capital, providing non-traditional sources of capital for public and private companies worldwide. Just like you, Bob. They're watching you in Mexico City right now.
Little fake flip.
Visit DurhamCap.com to learn more. Here's Brandow. I love the way
that out.
I love the way B.J. Burlace plays.
And St. Mary's also defensively, they're going to have to try to make a few. They're going to have to try to be aggressive, get after them a little bit, look to double when they can, take some chances defensively.
Great diagonal pass by Brandow. Save Fayak, Alaric Fayak. I tell you what, for a guy who's given up double-digit goals, he's played unbelievable tonight.
He's played a good game. He's been alone back there quite a few times tonight, like he was just there. I'll bet you that's about his 5th one-on-one save in what looked to be an easy goal.
An errant pass on the clear, and now it's BL possession. Lakers content to sub their guys right now. This is the Kelly and Associates Game of the Week presented by FCA Lacrosse. Go to kellyway.com to learn more. Lakers now possess behind.
The Saints, Booker, nice play. There's that double team we talked about. There's Burleigh being aggressive, forced the double, got the ball on the ground, and BL's not in the hole.
Ryan Jones, middle of the, and it's going to be backed up by Brandow. And again, Chris Brandow doing things to make his team have better situations.
Well, it was a feed on that play, Booker. Again, there's St. Mary's. They got to take chances defensively and offensively. You know, they got to try to score as quickly as they can, so they're really behind the 8 ball. Here's Burleigh. He's going to go over this kid's head.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
The ball has not been put in the box yet by Boys Latin. They don't recognize it.
Cole Erickson realized that the ref was pumping his arm. Not to count steps, but to count down that last 10 seconds. Tominovich, number 3, steps out for defense. And now we get an interference play on the inside.
He's going to call this on Grimes. Grimes pushed off. He gave his kid a little nudge in the midsection. Excuse me, and the referee saw this. If we watch this replay, these guys were going at each other, and Grimes made the last hit. And as always happens, the last little bump is always the guy that gets caught, and rightfully so. Watch.
It reminds me
Watch Grimes. You see Grimes right there. He pushed off, got him in the midsection, right in the groin.
See the flags flies. Bastille Day there, Bob.
Absolutely. Great observation by the official, paying attention. Going to rotate.
St. Mary's on a little man up here. Bob, you've talked about how many left-handers. Inside feed, shot over the cage. Backed up by the Saints.
There's that left-handed rotation, 4-man rotation. Then they'll bump eventually. If they can, they'll end up with one of these guys is going to go behind the goal.
Bob, you sound a little hoarse. Were you watching an 8th grade game before this today?
I was, actually.
Did you give the refs a little bit of something? And this is going to need to be kept on this side. It's going to be an over and back. Oh, they're going to say it was tipped. As the Lakers wait for the over and back call, but it doesn't come. Now they get it. The one ref said the pass was tipped.
And
the other going to come together.
This is the debate. One saying no, it was not tipped, and the other one saying it was tipped.
Referee Derek Wilson steps in to make sure things are clear.
That was a bad call. That ball was not tipped by any BL guy. It went right over the guy's head, but that's all right. Any time for Boys Latin, they're looking at the clock, and they just want it to run.
Yeah. Referees, they're thinking, hey, the dude abides. I don't know about you, but I take comfort in that. Knowing the dude, he's out there taking it easy for all us sinners. Burnett, now it's Mickey. Cramp, diagonal pass.
Now that one wasn't tipped.
But he kept it on the side.
Good play.
So
by Ryan Stanford, nice play at the midline, keeping that ball in play.
Ooh.
Jesus, what a crank.
I don't even know if small children should be able to see that. I mean, that's disgusting how fast that thing was going.
He blasted one from there earlier in the game, Booker.
Shot goal. Inside move. Ian Cramp stepping up. That's the 4th goal of the night for St. Mary's. They're going to need more than that, but it's nice to see him get a little momentum there. Good to see Cramp getting engaging.
Just a little bit of a muscle. Gets in, and he actually forced that guy to be off balance. Blake Abel's off balance here. Croft, look at where the shot goes. That's right off the goalie's chest. That's really hard. You can't decide how do you get to that. You know, do you throw your stick across the top, underneath?
Or do you throw your
try
body?
to get your body behind it? That was a really nice play.
Same place I beat Mike Richter back in the day. Violation against the Lakers, and it's going to be St. Mary's ball. Alex Wicks comes over to pick it up.
They got a chance here to get a little mojo going, Booker.
As far as time left in the 4th quarter, mark at 8, dude.
This is St. Mary's content on playing 5-on-5.
Bounce
Booker.
shot backed up by Crampf. Crampf looking to make something happen once again. He scored the last goal for the Saints.
Burlace is right here in front of us, Booker. Now he's going to come up, and they're going to sub their offensive midi back onto the field.
Little exchange advantage as Mickey comes in.
Solid defense by Krause.
Another power dodge. Shot just wide. And you know the Saints, they're going for those backups now because they have to shoot the ball. Shot. Brandow. Not at the table, Carlos. Brendan Krause now for the Lakers. And he clearly tripped on his own. Great check by Kevin Davis, but they save it, and the Saints come away with it. Kevin Davis with a great strip. We got a man down, and he stumbled. This is not good. Brendan Krause is an amazing player. A great goal by St. Mary's. But you see Krause there on the ground as Garrett Nielsen celebrates number 8 with the goal. And here we see Brendan Krause. (10-5) your score. Fourth quarter brought to you by Durham Capital. And as always, we are powered by Lax All-Stars.
Represent for Rough Rider Nation. The Rough Riders have been on top of the game since 2007. Rough Rider alums continue to shine and won national championships at all levels. Rough Rider teams dominate the countryside in Maryland, Pennsylvania, and now Virginia. Check us out online at roughriderlacrosse.com. It's time to ride or die.
1, 2, 3, ride! Yo, Sean.
Yeah, live! Quick look at the goal here, Bob. Strip, shot, right in that low corner. You're going to beat Chris Brandow today. It better be a great shot.
That's 2 good ones in a row. 6:45 left in this, Booker. They're down 5, but with 6:30 left, they were down 7. They scored 2 goals in about a 20-second span, 15-second span.
Iverson tries to rake it back. Wicks comes up with it momentarily. Lumber flying. I feel like I'm at the Steel Outdoors Woods Fest right now with the lumber that's flying around out here. He turned, that's no push. Lakers look to pick it up from the side, and now we might get a flag. Violation, it's going to be St. Mary's ball.
There's a ref swallowing his whistle there in front of the St. Mary's bench.
And we get a
Coach
timeout.
Farrell calls a timeout.
Coach Farrell steps up and takes a timeout with 6:17. 10-5, Lakers over the Saints.
The MIAA is the most competitive lacrosse conference in the country. The 2018 MIAA Lacrosse Semifinals and Championships will be held May 15th and 18th at Towson University's Johnny Unitas Stadium. For a glimpse into the future of the collegiate game, the MIAA, where the stars of tomorrow play for a championship today.
There's your remaining schedule of your Kelly & Associates Game of the Week presented by FCA Lacrosse. Number 1, I call it number 1 against number 1 on May 1st. You have McDonough hosting Loyola. Bob, who's number 1?
We'll find out Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll find out Tuesday about 6:15. You thinking overtime? Are you free for overtime? If we go to overtime on Tuesday, are you free?
I am.
Okay, well, maybe we'll schedule that in then. I think it's fantastic. Then you have, obviously, we got some unbelievable opportunities for you to do pay-per-view games through the quarterfinals, semifinals, and championship. Of course, the championship this year at Towson. Go to cselax.com to learn more about tickets for that event. And, of course, Thunder Bay Apparel. I can't get enough of Thunder Bay. Saints with the quick clear, still over 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Did that guy come out of the box, or he was just hiding up by the midline?
Yeah, he was just spooking around.
BL's going zone here, Booker, trying to eat up some clock.
Yep.
The last time they went zone, St. Mary's threw the ball away, so I'm sure they're hoping for that too. Nice save. Quick shot by Nielsen there. There's those 4 lefties, Burnett, Nielsen, Ripley, and Bohannon. They're a load.
St. Mary's on offense. Burnett behind the cage. Zone by BL. Saints going circle offense now. Mickey pushes it, and now Burnett. Save Brandow. King Ripley with that offering. And the Lake Show looks to clear.
Booker, the zone just did what it was supposed to do.
Brendan McClure is a fantastic player. His father, Dan, is a guy that you can spend time with. But
they still need to get this into the box. Excuse me, Booker, sorry.
Fyock with another save or post. Tough to tell what the sun
and look
has
who's
gone
got
down.
it.
Alex Wicks.
That wasn't a good shot by Evans. Bullseye's got a 5-goal lead. They got a chance to eat another minute off the clock. You don't take a shot there unless you got a stone-cold layup.
Saints looking to clear now. They have enough guys back. No worries. And here's your main man, Alex Wicks. He touches it and gets it to Ian Cramp. Garrett Nielsen, number 8, pushes it up top, and now it's with King Ripley. This is Bohannon. Picked by Burnett. Zone defense effective right now. Nielsen. Bohannon, shot goal! There's your Paris Hilton, folks. Taylor Bohannon. And now we're talking about 10-6, Bob.
Good play. Bohannon gets back to his strength. Michael overplays his right side right there. He's guilty of overstepping there. Bohannon just steps back around him, throws a beautiful bounce shot off the offside. Look at that, just steps back to a strong hand. You always got to give him his weak hand, Booker, if push comes to shove.
Taylor Bohannon from outside. If you will it, it is no dream. Iverson winning the faceoff.
Oh, look who it is.
And that's not a push. And just like that, the Lakers look to make something happen. Perilous pass inside.
Another timeout by Coach Farrell.
A nice possession saving timeout. 10-6 Lakers ahead. It's going to be their possession here in the Kelly & Associates Game of the Week, presented by FCA Lacrosse. Thanks so much to CSE TV.
Thunder Bay Apparel is the hottest lacrosse-exclusive clothing line in the game. Thunder Bay's T-shirts and hats flash a little lacrosse lifestyle into your wardrobe. Thunder Bay's pigment-dyed, ring-spun cotton T-shirts immediately feel like you've owned them for years because nobody wants to wear that other polyester fabric every day. Make sure you check out the new styles and designs. All you got to do is click on ThunderBayApparel.com.
Boys Latin possession here, Bob. We were talking at the break. What do you expect St. Mary's to do here? And will it involve B.J. Burleis?
Well, Burleis will be on the ball, I got to believe, and they'll try to shut everybody off the ball. Give Burleis a chance to throw some of his overhead checks, try to get the ball on the ground. BL might recognize that. They'll probably give the ball to Matt Brandau, and if he gets in big trouble, they might go down and set a pick for him.
This is a St. Mary's team. You know, I alluded to a lot of the alums. They got their 96 team led by Will Gibbs. I mean, one of the best teams to ever play. The 96 St. Mary's team undefeated.
It was the
only team that could beat the 97 Lakers. They didn't beat them in 97, but...
Here's the double team. Brandau's doing a great job. Now, don't forget, Booker, I believe Coach Farrell's out of timeouts.
Little swim move and comes away with possession. Fyock, a position save, and that could be white, but they're going to give it to... It was black, but you got to feel like the referees are human, too. Here's your double team.
And there Brandau's got the goalie. This is a matchup he likes.
He is going to run for his life right now.
He's going to be a tired boy after this sequence.
And Brandau will just haul off and halfway ice it, but that puts us back in the faceoff dot.
Booker, would you have been able to run, being double teamed for the last minute? Look at this poor kid down on the ground. But a wonderful play, just splits this double team. He takes his time. There's somebody in the goal, or nobody decided to go to the goal. When he threw the ball past Alex Wicks, that's about the only thing he hadn't done well today. He didn't catch it.
Didn't make any saves. Come on, Alex.
Yeah, you can't give that kid. Look at him limping off the field. He's a warrior. Booker, I'm going to go with 3 guys in this game.
For Under Armour underclass players in the game?
I'm going to go with the Brandau brothers. I think, Matt, that's his 4th goal. And this kid, number 6, he deserves to be on your list. And the Brandau brothers and Giberson, I believe. Now, what happens if Ubriaco scores?
What about your boy Brendan Grimes? He scored goals when they counted them up. He scored.
There's a flag
the first
down.
5.
I don't know what happened. It's against St. Mary's, Booker. Somebody got hit in the head.
Unfortunate turn of events. You know, Vic Lilly's one of the classier guys. All our coaches, the coaches we get to work with, tend to be fantastic, amazing people. So we're very fortunate.
It's an amazing group.
Vic, glad to have Vic Lilly as a part of the club because he deserves it. BL possession now. Man Up's brought to you by Towson Hot Bagels. Download the THB app.
Sorry, Booker, but when you're up or down a man, you can't be warned for stalling. BL, unless St. Mary's is intent on trying to double, it would just eat this minute up. Kraus back on the field. BL's going to win this game, Booker, and you got to give Boys Latin a lot of credit. They had to come south on Tuesday and lost to St. Mary's.
Severn,
excuse me.
A lot of people pronounce it that way.
Right, but no, and they came back down here
today.
South again. Twice in the same week. It's tough as those guys, the guys down here, St. Mary's, Severn, Spalding, when they come north and they got to do it twice in a week, it's tough on them.
Try taking a team to Norfolk Academy and then to VES.
Well, that's Virginia. We're talking the MIAA. But anyhow, give BL a little credit here.
Not like going to Gilman.
They needed this win badly, especially after losing 3 of their last 4 games.
I mean, BL could practically walk to Gilman. Not like math classes at Ogilvy. That's Bad News Bears, Bob. You have to have seen that movie.
I did see that movie, but I can't remember any of the lines. But I like the movie.
Ain't like algebra, is it, Ogilvy?
I saw somebody's running a Sandlot special. That's a great flick, too.
Biggie, can't you see? Oh, nice little play. Oh, what a save by Fyock, and it's going to be we got a crease violation. Brendan Grimes. So who do we have for players in the game, Bob?
Both Brandaus in my mind, Booker and Peyton Giberson. Grimes is close. Grimes and Ubriaco are close as well. You want to take all 5 of them? I'd take all 5 of them. And I'd throw Alex Wicks in the game, too. St. Mary's guy. He deserves some credit today.
He has played and B.J. Burleys, Maverick. Yeah.
What are you going with? You got to go down there and interview him.
I know. I'm going Chris Brandow, Brendan Grimes, Peyton Giberson.
You better go.
Matt Brandow, the Under Armour All-American, ain't making it.
That's okay. He's got Under Armour All-American he can play.
And that'll do it. The Lake Show for Invicta Broadcasting and Bob Shriver. I'm Booker Corrigan. I will be back with the interviews. It will be my pleasure to get Giberson, Grimes, and Brandow and get them together. Bob, Tuesday, we're at McDonough for the Loyola McDonough game. It's going to be insane.
Number 1 against number 1. Booker, it's great to be down here in Annapolis, so.
Yes, it is.
You know, there's been
Great
a lot
place.
of tremendous lacrosse out of this Annapolis community forever, since the game started here in the great state of Maryland. So it's fun to come down here and do a game. Beautiful place St. Mary's has. Look how good they look in their blue and white. And BL just got off to a great start.
Thanks to Brendan Grimes.
Thanks to Brendan Grimes and Peyton Giberson's ability at the face-off, and then Chris Brandow making a bunch of really nice saves at the other end.
What do you know about the sport of lacrosse anyway? How do I even allow you to get involved in the picks?
You ask.
For Bob Shriver, I'm Booker Corrigan. Have a great Friday, a great weekend. God bless you. We'll be back with the interviews, and it'll be me doing them. It's going to be some fun.
The MIAA is the most competitive lacrosse conference in the country. The 2018 MIAA Lacrosse Semifinals and Championships will be held May 15th and 18th at Towson University's Johnny Unitas Stadium. For a glimpse into the future of the collegiate game, the MIAA, where the stars of tomorrow play for a championship today.
Kelly & Associates Insurance Group and Kelly Payroll helps employers and employees save time, money, and hassle in navigating the intricacies of insurance, benefits, payroll, and workforce challenges. Kelly & Associates Insurance Group and Kelly Payroll is pleased to support CSE TV and the Game of the Week. Visit kellyway.com to put their people, technology, and services to work for you.
Great news! Corrigan Sports Enterprises and Inside Lacrosse are pleased to announce that registration is open for coaches to nominate their most deserving seniors to be Under Armour All-Americans. Underclass tryout registration is also open, and we've added a new region, the Connecticut-New York region, for information and to register. Grad years from 2019 to 2022 need to go to UnderArmourLacrosse.com.
Thunder Bay Apparel is the hottest lacrosse-exclusive clothing line in the game. Thunder Bay's t-shirts and hats flash a little lacrosse lifestyle into your wardrobe. Thunder Bay's pigment-dyed, ring-spun cotton t-shirts immediately feel like you've owned them for years, because nobody wants to wear that other polyester fabric every day. Make sure you check out the new styles and designs. All you got to do is click on ThunderBayApparel.com.
The Under Armour tryouts remain the premier recruiting event of the summer for high school players looking to be seen by college coaches at every level. Step up and measure yourself against the best players in your region. Register at UnderArmourLacrosse.com. The Summer Rumble is headed back to Richmond June 9th and 10th, and we are now a U.S. Lacrosse National Qualifier and sanctioned event. The Rumble brings together a wealth of top talent from the best club programs at the amazing River City Sportsplex with their 12 lighted turf fields. As a U.S. Lacrosse sanctioned event, you can expect the highest quality tournament regarding operations, safety, and experience. Go to cselax.com for information and to register now. Corrigan Sports Enterprises is a full-service sports marketing and event management company. Every detail from marketing, public relations, logistics, and cleanup, Corrigan Sports Enterprises handles events from conception to fruition. The premier lacrosse and field hockey recruiting tournaments and high-profile running events. Corrigan Sports Enterprises, bringing your dreams to life.
The June 2nd Baltimore 10 Miler always has awesome premiums, and it will once again start and finish right at the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore. Join over 5,000 runners in the region's premier 10-mile race. The course winds through Druid Hill Park, a lap around scenic Lake Montebello, and alongside the campus of Johns Hopkins. The course runs up and down historic 33rd Street, where you might pull off a miracle of your own. Sign up now at baltimore10miler.com.
Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Huddles, camps, teams, building three-dimensional athletes and coaches.
At Toyota, we know the journey is as important as the destination. That's why no detail was overlooked. RAV4 is perfect for your adventures, with plenty of cargo space and available all-wheel drive. And with all these active safety features standard, we're always along for the ride. Now lease a versatile RAV for only $189 a month, or buy with $1,500 cash back, or 0% APR plus $500 finance cash. RAV4, your destination, our journey. What drives you? Toyota. Let's go places.
The champions of today inspire the stars of tomorrow over Memorial Day weekend. Just as the stars of college lacrosse will compete for the 2018 NCAA Championship in Foxborough, Massachusetts, youth lacrosse players from across the nation will also be playing for a title at the NCAA Future Champions Tournament. Each team will receive 20 tickets to the NCAA Championships and have the opportunity to be recognized on the field at Gillette Stadium. To learn more, check us out at cselax.com.
Hey now! Booker Corrigan here with the Under Armour Underclass All-American Players of the Game. And we're thrilled right now. Brendan and I were just talking a moment ago. The camera's above, no double chin, right? I mean, with all the weight he's gained recently, it's nice for him not to have the double chin. Brendan Grimes, Peyton Giberson, who's very nervous, and Chris Brandow, who shut the door for the entirety of the game. Chris, talk about your start defensively and the way you were seeing the ball.
Defensively, we started out great. I thought we packed it in and communicated very well throughout the entire game, especially starting off early. I think we just carried that momentum throughout the rest of the game. Our defense did a great job.
Did you have that answer written down before I asked the question?
No.
Scary. That was eerie. Brendan Grimes, step back, Bobby Jack. They set a pick for you, and you're stinging corners. How's it feel?
It's good. I saw my guy, stay behind me a little bit. I came off the pick. I saw the opening, and I just let it fly.
Do me a favor and step aside. Let Peyton Giberson get it. Peyton, get over here, buddy. Come here. Nestle in, pal. How'd it feel to win so many faceoffs today? Set your team up for success.
It felt really good. I was kind of in a rut, came back from a sickness, and, I was just getting down on myself. And I think what really helped me was all my teammates, Chris and Brendan especially, and, they're just all there for me.
Who's eye black, Chris? Whose eye black is worse out of these two?
Grimes' looks the best right now, so Peyton's is definitely the worst.
Were you sick because of eye black sickness?
No, definitely not.
It wasn't an eye black illness. And Grimes, what are you doing?
I don't know. I like the triangles, big triangles.
Is that what you're calling it?
Yeah, big triangles.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just copying Brendan. I just want to be as good as him,
As good as he is?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Now, what is your legacy? You're passing on. You're a senior. What are you thinking as far as is the future in good hands with BL?
Absolutely. We got great leadership through every class, so passing the torch to these guys next year, it's going to be an easy thing to do. They already lead so well. So,
how many coaches are at BL?
A good amount. A lot.
Unable to count. Where are you going to college?
Georgetown University.
And you can't count that high?
You can't get that high. No.
Shout out to Tano.
Absolutely. Shout out Tano.
Tano Arrogancia. How do you say it?
Arrogancia. Coach T.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't want to have to run later, so Coach Tano.
Okay, Coach Tano. Bless up, dude. The guy's legit. Now, prom season, what? Tell me what's going on. Oh, is it over?
We can't go.
We can't go.
Can't go. Oh, and you guys are just punks.
Yeah.
Who even invited? How did you get here? Who voted for you? Where's Ubriaco and your brother? How are they not players of the game? Ubriaco had like three goals.
They played a great game between the lines.
Matt Brando, well, he's a senior All-American, so he got booted. I booted him. He was voted player of the game, but I was like, nah. Now, Brendan, you played in the underclass games last year. How'd that feel?
It was awesome. It was a great experience. Getting together with a whole bunch of group of guys in the area. A lot of guys, we knew each other. We didn't know each other that well, and, we collaborated and played really well in the tournament. I thought it was a great time. Great experience.
Came together. The tryouts are worth it. Kind of fun. Good time. Yeah. Peyton, where do you stand on the Under Armour thing?
I think it's a great showcase, and you get to play with the best of the best in your area and really rep your region. And
I love it.
It's a great.
It's like a walking ad. You're going to be player of the game every game.
Thank you.
Right now, prom.
Prom. Yeah. What about it?
Details. Limo?
May 19th.
Limo?
I'm not sure about the limo yet.
Are you and your brother going in the Dumb and Dumber tuxedos?
Like Step Brothers tuxedos. We're interviewing you. I'm here to interview you.
The Brando brothers, or is it Step Brothers tuxedos or Dumb and Dumber orange and light blue?
Ooh, that's tough. I think I'd look good in blue. So.
That would be priceless. You know what? You're supposed to have fun. Let's be honest, it's high school lacrosse. Now, how about Bob Shriver doing games? How great is that?
Oh, he's a really awesome guy.
Don't feel afraid to smile when you say things.
No, I'm happy. We got a great win, and trust me, I'm excited. I may not show it that much on the outside, but let's stoic down.
What the girls say?
Yeah,
the librarian say?
Sure. I don't know.
You in the library a lot? No, from the cheap seats. Brendan Grimes, Peyton Giverson, Chris Brandow, the Under Armour underclass players of the game, they all three played better than I did today. That is